Hi guys, welcome to our postpartum series. My name is Jess. Today you're just gonna need a small block or a pillow and just leave it to the side for now. So let's sit down comfortably with a tall spine. Close your eyes and let's just connect to our breath and our core. So I want you to take a big inhale, sending the breath into the belly, expanding out, filling up the lungs, and then you're gonna exhale through the mouth, contracting the abs, bringing that belly back down, cinching those abs inwards. So take a big inhale, fill up the lungs, expand at the belly, hold it for a moment at the top, and exhale through the mouth. Contract the abs. Well done, let's go again. Big inhale, hold it at the top, and exhale through the mouth. Contract the abs, let all the air out of the body. You can resume your natural breathing now. So from here, I want us to do a little bit of pelvic floor work. So connecting to your pelvic floor. Remember, it's in the front and back passages. We're gonna meet in the middle, squeeze and lift up like that internal zipper. So let's start from the bottom. I want you to start lifting and squeezing all the way up to the top until you can't squeeze any further. I want you to hold it here. Just hold. A little bit longer. Can you squeeze and lift even more? For 3, 2, 1. Now slowly release it down all the way. No more tension. Everything is let go. Just take a breather. We're going to do that again. So starting from the bottom, let's start lifting up. Squeeze and lift all the way to the top until you feel like you can't squeeze anymore. You can't lift any higher. Hold it here. Squeeze even harder. For 3, 2, 1, and release it off all the way to the bottom. Well done, guys. Okay, let's come onto all fours from here. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, back straight, gaze at the top of your mat or at your fingertips. From here, let's do a few cat-cows just to get a little bit of movement going. So rounding your back with your cat, looking between the thighs, tucking your pelvis forward, and then going into your cow, arching your back, opening up the chest and looking in front of you. Keep alternating here. Breathing through your movements. So remembering the breathing in Pilates is in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sending the breath into the rib cage. We want to keep our core and pelvic floor switched on at 20 to 30%. Let's keep going. Last one of each. And back to center. I'm just going to tie my hair real quick. So staying on all fours from here, we're going to go into our opposite arm and leg extensions. So from here, we're taking the hands back under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're extending the opposite arm and leg out in a straight line with our body. Let's reach that arm forward. Reach that leg back. So now at the top, I want you to take your arm and leg out to the side, back to center, and back down to your mat. You're never moving your neck though, so some people will do it in the class and kind of like look at their arm. You want to keep your head centered throughout. Take your time here. Keep alternating sides. So we lift and lengthen. Take the arm and leg out to the side. Back to center and back down to your mat. Keep going. This is going to help engage that core just a little bit more, adding a little extra to it. Pair your breath with your movements. Let's do one more on each side. Last one. And back to center. You can push yourself into a child's pose, sitting into your feet, extending those arms. Few deep breaths here. Well done, okay. From here, let's come back to all fours. We're gonna go into our push-ups. So let's keep the knees under the hips, and let's keep our hands underneath the shoulders. It's gonna be a little bit harder than taking them slightly wider, and it's gonna get more into the triceps, the back of the arm. So taking them underneath the shoulders. You're gonna keep your core engaged. You're gonna come down on the inhale. Tap your nose to the mat. Press back up on your exhale. Make sure you're sending your elbows towards the back and not out to the sides. Let's keep going with that. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Almost there. Let's do two more. Make sure your back is staying straight. Last one. And you can come back up. Well done, guys. Let's come on over to our right side from here. We're gonna get ourselves up onto our forearm, because that's gonna help us work a little bit of obliques. So on your forearm, you wanna have your elbow directly underneath your shoulder from here, and you're staying lifted through your side body. So you don't wanna be sinking into that arm, you don't wanna add pressure to that shoulder. So stay lifted. Let's stack our knees. Stack your feet, hips pointing up to the ceiling. We're gonna work into a little bit of glutes, going into our clamshells again. For today, we open and close that top leg. You have the option here to lift the feet off the mat. It makes it a little bit harder. Keep going, stay lifted through that side. Keep breathing. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Bring the feet back down if you've lifted them. And we're gonna hold this position because we're gonna go into a side plank. We're just gonna be lifting one time, holding it one time, staying lifted throughout. So take your hand on your hip, keep your elbow under the shoulder. We're gonna be pressing our hips up to the ceiling and holding it there. So take a big breath in, exhale, we lift and hold. Keep breathing, we're working the obliques here. Also the shoulders getting some work, I'm sure you feel that. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can bring it down. Well done. We're taking our block now. We're gonna do our chest openers just on this right side for now. Then when we repeat it on the other side, we'll do the other side. So let's get our head on that pillow on our right side. Knees are stacked and bent. Palms are stacked in line with the shoulders. We're keeping our bottom shoulder on the mat. Keeping your gaze on the top hand as it opens up like a book, all the way to the other side. If you can get it to the floor, that's great. If you can't, don't worry. You're working on increasing the mobility and flexibility here. So for those who find that too easy and you're not feeling much of a stretch, you can drop your top knee down to the floor in front of the bottom leg. I like to keep mine stacked though, so it's up to you. Let's keep going. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And done with this one. Let's take that pillow or block away and come onto our backs with knees bent. From here, our shoulders are flat, chin is tucked, arms by our sides, feet and knees hip width apart. Let's do a few pelvic tilts. Once again, getting into our core and pelvic floor. Tiny movement, but we really want to try to hone in on that core engagement. So from here, we're just going to be shifting those hips up to the ceiling. And as you do this, you're pulling your core inwards, like you're wearing that imaginary belt or corset. You're also going to be lifting and squeezing the pelvic floor as you shift those hips up. Let's hold it on the exhale. Inhale, we release back to neutral. Let's keep going with that. Exhale, shift those hips. Squeeze that core. Lift that pelvic floor and hold. Inhale, release. Keep going with that. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And bring it back to center. Well done, guys. From here, going into a little bit of core work. So let's bring our legs into tabletop. Right side first. Knee in line with hip. Shin parallel to the ceiling. We imprint that spine, so we drive those ribs down to the hips. Lift that second leg up. From here, we're going to go into single leg extension, starting with the right side. Let's lengthen that leg away from us. Really trying to, as if someone's pulling the leg away from you. So really trying to lengthen here. Hovering it above the floor, then bringing it back to tabletop and going over to the other side. So we keep alternating. You can keep your head down on the mat, especially if you have abdominal separation or any kind of bulging here. You want to keep that head down and keep driving those ribs down throughout. So being conscious of your spine being imprinted throughout. Or you can lift the head and shoulders and the arms and look between the legs. That's a little bit harder, so let's keep going with that. Keep breathing, you can do it. Almost there. Let's do 1 more on each side. Last one. Hug the knees to your chest. Roll side to side. Well done, guys. From here, you can place the feet back down. Okay, we're gonna go into our shoulder bridge from here. I want you to bring your feet closer towards you with 2 fists between the knees and the feet. Feet are pointing forward, arms are by our sides. We're just gonna be lifting ourselves into our bridge, and then we'll be doing our tabletop marches at the top. So I want you to shift those hips up to the ceiling, peel away like Velcro, vertebra by vertebra, until you reach those shoulder blades. From here, don't want you to overbridge. Make sure you have a nice flat rib cage. You're not arching your back. So nice and flat here. nice slope from the knees to the chest. From here, let's control the leg. Make sure the hips are staying nice and level at the top. They're not shifting side to side as we lift one leg at a time into tabletop. Controlling it on the way up and down so we can get into that deep core and pelvic floor. Let's keep going with this. Keep breathing. You can do it. For those who want to make this a little bit more challenging, bring your arms up to the ceiling, taking away a little bit of stability here. Keep going. Stay in your bridge. Stay lifted. We're almost there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll yourself down. Hug those knees into your chest. Roll side to side a little bit here, releasing that lower back. Few deep breaths. Well done. Let's roll over to our left side now. We're coming for those clamshells first. So we take the elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Lifted through the obliques, knees and feet stacked, hips pointing up to the ceiling. Let's just start opening and closing that top leg with the option to lift the feet off the mat, which makes it a little bit more challenging. Stay lifted through that side body. Keep breathing. Two more. Last one. Bring it down. Well done. We're going into our side plank next. So keep making sure that elbow is underneath the shoulder. You don't want to strain that shoulder joint or the muscle here. Hips pointing up to the ceiling. Knees and feet stacked. Let's lift those hips up and hold here. Keep breathing. You can do it. We're almost there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. We're coming to those chest openers now on the left side. So take your block or pillow. Lie your head on that block. Stack your knees, stack your feet with the option to drop the top knee to the floor if you want to make it a little bit more intense. Let's stack our palms, straighten out the arms in line with the shoulders. Keep your gaze on the top hand as it opens up like a book. Keep breathing. We're going to do 3 more. Last one. And back to center. Well done. Remove your block. Let's come to seated from here, practicing our roll-ups. So for the roll-ups, if you want, you can actually place your block or pillow behind your lower back. That's optional, of course, just a modification for you. So you want to place it where it would hit your lower to mid back when you roll down. So roll yourself down just to see where you should be placing it. Now let's start with our knees bent, seated with a nice tall spine. So if you still need the support of your hands under the thighs, you can keep your hands here, or you can take those hands away now, in line with the shoulders. We're coming down with our C curve. So for those who have diastasis, I suggest stopping halfway or even before that. So you just want to do a tiny roll down, okay? For those who don't have the abdominal separation and they're ready to take it a little bit further, today you can come all the way to the floor and back up. You can still stop halfway. So if you go to the floor and you can't get back up from the floor, you want to obviously stop before that, okay? So let's just try it out. I'll be coming all the way to the floor, but it's up to you if you can get back up. So let's go with that. Tuck your chin, round your shoulders, C curve on the way down. Bringing yourself down vertebra by vertebra. Bringing your arms overhead when you get to the floor. Arms come back to the ceiling. That's when you tuck your chin, lift your shoulders, roll yourself back to a tall spine. So like I said, just take it where you're at. Don't worry if you can't come back up from the floor. Just keep strengthening, coming maybe lower each time. Let's just do a few more here. Let's do two more. Last one. And you're finished with that. Let's get some stretching in. Come down to your back. Let's stretch our glutes off. Cross your right foot over your left knee. Bring that left leg up. Bring your hands behind the left thigh. Bring it in. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Let's just get this stretching done and you are finished for today. Bring it in a little more. Let's do the other side. Take your hands behind the right thigh to bring it in even further. And a little bit more. Let's go into a full body extension. So arms and legs extended, feeling that lengthening in the body, reaching the arms back, feeling that core get a little release. Big breath in, big sigh out. And you are finished for today, guys. Well done. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time. Bye.